Hi there, Richard for Beyond College Success, and today's topic is garbage in, garbage out. Before I go any further though, I want to show you what I have behind me. Right there we have this wind tunnel, and it's based here in Trinity College Engineering Department. And to be frankly honest, I haven't taken permission to shoot a video here, but I think it's okay to do that. Now, of course, the topic of today is garbage in and garbage out, and I particularly feel strongly about this topic because the level of success you get in your life is directly related to this topic, and I think the cost of ignoring it is huge. Now, of course, the question is, are you watching your information intake or not? What exactly do I mean by watch your information intake? I hope you realize that as a human being, that your mind is like a mental factory, and whatever you put into your mind on a daily basis, weekly basis, will bear its fruits. And this is to say that as a college student or a person, that whatever information you expose to your mind every single day will produce its result. And to be frankly honest, they all have psychological effects on you. Now, of course, your question is, why does this really matter? I get information from wherever. Now, we need to make some distinctions here that there are really low-grade types of information and high-grade types of information. Low-grade information are negative and disempowering types of information that you consume on a daily basis, whereas high-grade information are positive and empowering types of information that you consume. Now, of course, you have a choice on which you choose. Now, this is also to say that if you take in low-grade information, do not expect high output. And also, if you take in high-grade information, that you should also expect high output. Now, just to bring this from the intangible world of information, because really we can't see ourselves when we are taking this information. So let's just make this a lot more concrete by taking a physical example. So you come over to me and go over to my fridge, and you notice there are a lot of junk food, pizza, ice cream, chocolate, whatever. What would you expect my weight to be in this case? You would expect me to be overweight, right? In the same case, if we load up that fridge with a lot of healthy options, what would you expect my weight to be this time? You expect me to be healthy, right? This is the case for your mind. The body and the mind really function the same way. It doesn't really take rock science for you to figure it out. Try it out for yourself. Really start giving yourself high-grade information, and then you will see the difference. I will explain what that is later on. As applied to you as a college student, and from the most positive standpoint, I think you need to get a grip with this fact that whatever you put into your mind for your assignments, your exams, that's exactly what you will produce. If you do not do the work beforehand, there's absolutely no chance of you producing. I think that's a very simple rule to understand. Let's now focus on the types of low-grade information. Number one is news. This is number one killer. The news is packed with a lot of negativity. I don't even know what people enjoy watching the news, to be frankly honest. Filled with a lot of negativity, makes you reactive as a person, and worst of all, you feel paralyzed after watching those information because generally you have no control over some of the stuff. My defensive attitude towards watching the news is I really don't watch it, and I've never been a news person, although in school they did force me to read the newspaper, which I did, but now I realize how miserable my life was then. But now I really don't watch the news at all, and the reason why I don't watch is because of this negative energy and reactiveness that really comes from watching the news. Some people make the case that watching the news makes them more worldly, and in that case, yes, you will be correct. But also I would say being worldly and being able to make changes, these are two separate different things, right? You could be worldly and can't make any changes. I think this is where my own personal frustration comes in, when I know that some of the stuff that I'm seeing on TV, I can't really make any changes. The only valid reason why you would need to watch TV is when you are directly involved, or watch the news, should I say, is when you're directly involved with most of this stuff. Otherwise, I really don't see the point why you need to kind of sit on this information and feel miserable. Well, I hear you saying, if I take out the news, then how am I going to remain worldly? And how am I going to be aware of what's going on in my surrounding? Well, you could do that in so many other ways. In fact, I would say that the most impact that you can make is by actually looking around your environment, the physical one that's within your reach right now, and making changes. I think this is more of the value that you can offer to the world rather than just consuming information that really you can't make any changes to. And to be frankly honest, taking your hands off news for a while isn't going to make you unaware, it's simply going to mean that you're not directly in touch with it. Let other people feed you the information. You don't need to be directly involved. This is to say that if there's a bad thing that's happening, let other people feed you the information. You don't need to be directly involved with it every single morning when you're going to work, picking up the newspaper. That's essentially what I'm saying there. Number 2 is social media, the likes of Facebook. With no particular issue with Facebook. I use Facebook for professional reasons and contacting friends and family, but for these reasons only, I do not see the point of spending hours and hours on Facebook. Really kind of a waste of time, really. Number 3 is YouTube videos. YouTube videos is packed with a lot of stupid shit. I don't know if you go around YouTube, but you will see a lot of stupid shit going on around. I hope my videos are offering some value to you, and I hope someday you will eventually grow out of it. But ultimately, be careful of YouTube videos. I would only recommend like TED Talks and high quality information from YouTube. Otherwise, I would be very careful with information on YouTube. Number 4 type of low-grade information are from movies. Except movies like documentaries, really high-quality movies, those are allowed. But I find the majority of movies are just full of low consciousness stuff. So I really don't watch TV. I'm not saying you should give up your TV, at least just yet. But I can tell you that I gave up mine, and the replacement I have for it is just unprecedented. Number 5th point is negative people. You really have to become good at spotting out these people because they are everywhere, I can guarantee you. According to what Jim Rohn said, you become the average of the top 5 people you hang around with. That is, you become the average of the top 5 people you hang around with. So my question to you, are you hanging around negative, disempowering people, or positive and empowering people? So you can see it's stress time here. And I can tell you, no matter how good you are, if you're hanging around negative people, you will ultimately absorb those energy. And I see this a lot with students, all for the sake of friendship and trying to fit in. They really kind of sacrifice themselves out and they try to be nice to people and try to be all this stuff. You really don't have to do that. In fact, I would say that if you are truly authentic, which is being yourself and knowing who you are and your values, you attract more people than you actually think. I will shoot a separate video on that later on, but here you need to realize that it doesn't matter who hands you the bad stuff. Negative people could be anybody, but you need to be wise enough to be able to limit your time or avoid them altogether so that you don't get the bad stuff from them, because at the end of the day, it's going to do damage to you than to them. So you need to really take control of what you want here. Here are the types of high-grade information. Number 1 are from books. The reason why I recommend books is because successful people of all kinds, not just success alone, but having a well-rounded and healthy lifestyle, that most of this information are written down in books format, right? And then you can easily get this book in, for 10 euros, 20 euros, whatever your currency is, right? But I find that this information are not contained in the general newspaper, right? They are not contained in tabloids, they are not contained in magazines, so you really have to go and search for them. Number 2 is workshop. I personally take speaking workshop because obviously I want to improve my public speaking skills here, and this is why I get in front of the camera to do what I do here, but I want that to improve. So that's something I'm very passionate about. I really want to be delivering more good content to you guys here on this YouTube channel. Number 3 is TED Talk. TED Talks are a fantastic source of information because some of the people who they have there, the guest lecturer, those people are high, they have high profile, and some of the stuff that they share are from experience and not just wishy-washy stuff. Number 5, you need to get a successful mentor who really is willing to help you out and teach you some of this information so that he could course correct you and help you in a direction that is very applicable to you. Lastly, though, I want to make a very important point. I know I've said a lot in this video, but I really want to bang this point to death here, that I'm not trying to make your life boring or make your college experience boring. But I think if you have not been used to hearing what I've shared in this video, then all of what I've suggested might sound strange. And I think this is almost equivalent in a physical form to this analogy, right? So if we take the typical guy who's unhealthy, he feeds off junk food, what would you expect to that guy if you say to him, can you give up all the junk food? He's probably not going to listen to you, right? And I know, and I feel like to some degree this is some of the structural changes you have to make is huge. And to be frankly honest, They are huge structural changes that you need to make to your life. This is not going to happen overnight, so don't think it is going to happen overnight. And I think the habit of giving away junk food is essentially what's going to happen here. So don't just wake up one day and say, you know what, I want to give away TV, I want to give away watching the news. You have to do this gradually. That's how you kind of wean yourself off some of this bad junk food, as I've mentioned here, and then start replacing it with good stuff. Over time, if you keep up the habits, you're going to eventually kind of have all good stuff and less of the bad stuff. So that's how this works. That's all I want to say in this video. I know I've really said a lot in this video, but make sure you rewatch it. And yeah, you get more out of it as you watch it and watch it again. Okay, I think that's it for this YouTube video now. Please make sure you subscribe, share with a friend, and I shall see you next week. Bye.